What intuitive style is more powerful within you? Hello and welcome to Tag to Name Taras Tarot, and today I will be doing another insight. More in alignment with your intuitive styles, delving deeper into them. Okay, so the first one I am going to be talking about is your foresight. Okay, being able to see things. Now, the interesting thing about this is any intuitive style is a muscle you can strengthen. Okay? Anything at all. If you work at it, if you delve deeper into it, if you go farther than you've been before, if you push it to the limit, if you extrapolate, if you all of the above. Okay, if you do all of those things, you can extend your abilities much wider. Think of a professional. Okay, it could be an athlete, it could be a dancer, it could be any type of profession. A doctor, a mathematician, a scientist, whatever. Whatever you do and that you do well, okay, you can delve deeper into it because you know it so well. You don't need to think about all the details all the time. You can just go directly to a specific point, if that makes sense, right? You can go farther than you've ever been because you can understand. You can see patterns emerging within a specific thing in regards to your niche, right? Whatever you are so entrenched in that no one can take it away from you. You eat, sleep, drink, and pee this. All of it. You know it off by heart. You know it so well, no one can say anything about it, right? So if you get to that point, if you get to that extent in anything, you will become completely and totally intuitive in regards to it. So today I'm talking specifically about your sight, right? So there are multiple ways of viewing your ability to see things. You have foresight, which is you seeing the future. You have insight, which is you seeing within yourself and understanding things within yourself. You can better strengthen this by imagining, by seeing yourself, putting yourself in situations, visualizing situations, and putting yourself in it, or just even playing a past situation that happened to you back in your mind, you rewind a tape to a specific point in time in your life and then try to play it forward, right? That will enhance your ability to see things. And so the whole point of viewing of your foresight, okay, you can strengthen this through thinking about a past situation, putting yourself in it, and recalling the situation as it was. Or you can just imagine a situation that you want to create, or you can visualize a situation that a way you think it would go, which you can play around with, okay? But the interesting thing about foresight, all right, and this will be helpful to you if you're having difficulty with creating the outcome you want in your mind, right? Not only that, but foreseeing things before they actually happen. If If you want that, then listen up. Okay? So, I would suggest that you start, like, seeing things happen. Like, creating a mind movie, if you will. Like, creating a scene, reading a book, and imagining how that scene would go, which is basically what screenwriters do, right? Or writers of plays, movies, all those things, or books do, okay? Now, what could this actually help you with? When you are able to see the future you want to create, and in order to actually create it, well, first you need to see it to believe it. And believing is seeing, right? Some people do it different, the opposite way. They need to see it to believe it, but they need to, in reality, you need to believe it to see it. Okay, think of Thomas Edison. The man created, I think he tried 10,000 times before actually creating the incandescent light bulb, right? That would be sent to mass production. I mean, you need to see it to believe it. Not physically see it, but you need to see it in your mind. You need to know that it is possible to create this. Because if you know that it's possible to create this, nothing anybody is ever going to tell you is going to make you believe otherwise. Okay? You need to be your rock. You need to believe what you think, what you would like to, what you want to create. And once you believe that you can do it, you will create it in your mind. Okay? I'm going to give you an example. My own example. Or me using my foresight to create what I want. Okay? So, for those who are aware of this, I was hit by a car when I was 19, right? So, what this means is that on November 19th, 2008, I was hit by a car. Okay? And when I got to the hospital, the doctors put me in an induced coma to keep me alive while my body was recovering from being hit by a car. Okay? And so they put me in, as I said, they put me in an induced coma. And when I woke up from this induced coma, I was like, what's happening? Why was I asleep for that long? What's going on? And when I noticed that my body was weird, that I had no hair, that I could not talk, that I had difficulty standing and sitting straight, standing up and sitting straight, right? I was like, what is going on? Right? And so what happened was that I waited. So I saw my aunt and my grandma and my aunt come and stay with me for a little bit. And I remember that later that evening my parents came. And I didn't say anything. I didn't do anything, say anything to my aunt, my grandma, or my aunt. I didn't. But when my parents came into my room, I asked them, well, first of all, I said, "Hi, Mommy," which was my normal welcome. That's how I used to, say, "Hi, Mom," in the mornings, right? But, I didn't say it because my vocal cords were completely shot. I had been in a coma for 4.5 months. I mean, call my... But, when I say quand même, it's French for, I can't really say it. I didn't really talk. It's what is the actual translation of quand même? Is when The literal translation is when still. No, when same. But you you can't do much. That's what I'm trying to say. I couldn't talk. Like, it's still, I couldn't talk, but I mouthed it. But in either case, what I'm trying to say is that when my parents told me what happened, that I was hit by a car, okay, on November 19th, and that when I got to the hospital, the doctors put me in an induced coma to keep me alive while my body was recovering from my accident, I was like, I put it in my mind, okay? I didn't think in the morning when I was like, okay, something's off. Even at that point, I was like, all right, I'm gonna get over this in 5 years. 5 years. That's how long. That is the time I gave myself. 5 years. It took me 7 to get over it, but I got over it. That's the important part, right? What you need to remember is that it is not important when you stop or when you decide that your end date is going to be. That end date is going to constantly change because the ultimate objective is to get to your outcome. Okay? It is not to stop before the time is done. It is to stop when you have achieved your objective. That is it. That is all. That is how it is done. You stop when you are done. Okay? And even if I stopped when I was done, even if I completed one portion of the project, my entire project was to look like nothing ever happened. So that would mean that I would have to continue to improve constantly. So I'm not stopping. I'm never stopping. The only time you stop is when you have passed away, right? So I'm still working on improving myself. I'm still working on all that jazz. Okay? And that is how you improve your foresight. Not only, okay, so your foresight is good. It'll give you an objective. That's what I say. But if you want to make your objective a reality, you need determination, you need persistence, you need perseverance, you need faith and depth of vision. Or should I say you need depth of vision, faith, depth of vision, determination, persistence, and perseverance to get to your final objective. And you do not stop until you get to that point. You do not. You don't. Okay. I hope you understand. You don't stop. I don't care who says what. You do not stop. The amount of people who tried to dissuade me from getting to this point is absurd. But they can say whatever they want. And I was just like, yeah. You just continue thinking what you think, and I'm just going to go ahead and do what I want to do. Anyway. So, bye-bye. That's the way I was, okay? You have your objective. You reach that objective, and that is it. That is all. Point final. Final point. So what I said was in French. The first one was in French. Point final. Final point. That's in English. Veshayed, which is in Armenian. But all to say, you don't stop until it's done. A capito, which is Italian. I don't speak Italian, but I know a couple words. In either case, the important thing is you don't stop. Alright? So that is what I have for you guys today, for your insight. Okay? Your ability to see things, your ability to create the future you want is a part of all that. Okay? Your ability to see is one thing, but your ability to create it is another. So all of that is intertwined together. They're very meshed in. It's like something like this, okay? It's like it's so intertwined you can't separate them. Or if you do, it's going to be very hard and very difficult and very arduous. But what I want you guys to know is one goes with the other. You want to create the future you want, you have to see it, to believe it first. You know, and this does not mean you have to actually see it physically. You need to see it in your mind's eye to believe it yourself. Okay? So that you can be like, I've seen it in my mind, I'm going to create it. And remember how I connected it to Thomas Edison, who failed 10,000 times to create the incandescent light bulb. And I think he even said himself, no, I did not fail 10,000 times in creating the incandescent light bulb. I successfully found 10,000 ways it would not work. That is the way you need to think. In regards to your objective, that is the way you're gonna make it happen. You need to be obsessed with what you want to create. That is it. Okay. So, my gorgeous triple tears, this is all that I have for you guys tonight for this video series. If you like this and if you'd like me to go deeper into your specific situation, please contact me at the email in the box below, and it'll be my pleasure to assist. In that same box, you'll find a little description of this video and the email you can send donations to on PayPal if you feel so called. And with that being said, my gorgeous triple tears, I wish you guys all a very good night, and I'll see you tomorrow, okay? Bye.